Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fangirlz Assemble. Actually, I was gonna do our in stock trades thing first, but first, I think I'll introduce Tina. So we have a special guest tonight, and that is Tina, aka White Cat Cosplay.
Hi, everybody.
And Tina is a co-host of mine on Near Mint Condition. Actually, Tina's been reading comics for way longer than I have.
You keep saying that. I mean, I've been out of comics since, and I've said this before, Age of Apocalypse is when I diverted out of the comic realm and more into the manga and anime realm.
But I think we've both been reading manga maybe the same amount of time. Because, Kristen's newer to manga, right?
Yeah, it was only maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I got into it, yeah.
Yeah, I've been reading since.
But I've been into comics since I was a kid.
Yeah, I think that we're kind of switched because I didn't do comics on now, basically.
Mm. And you're big into DC too.
Yeah, I'm in big DC, and then Kristen's more into Marvel,
yeah. Which I was a Marvel girl.
And indie stuff, yeah. We're all into indie stuff.
Indie LGBT stuff. So before we get started on our topic for today, I can't start the show without talking about in-stock trades. And not just that, we got to talk about our pick of the month.
It's very exciting.
Kristen, can you tell these lovely people at home, about our pick of the month?
Goldie Vance, we've talked about it before. It is a very fun detective series. There's great LGBT characters in it. It's Boom. There's only 4 trades, and they released them in a nice gift box set. Great for the holidays or yourself. Okay. It's right now until next Tuesday. It's on the front page of IST. It's 45% off. Usually, I think is it 30?
Yeah, I think so.
Usually 30. So it's a great deal. $22 for 4 trades in a box. It's very exciting. We both love it. You should read it. It's great. Hope Larson writes it. Y'all love Hope. Come on.
It's so good. Basically, Goldie Vance your Nancy Drew adjacent story, but it's really fun. It's set in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's LGBT friendly. It's so good, and honestly, I picked it partly because I wanted to buy it too, but I wanted to review it too because we've kind of talked about Goldie Vance in passing. I think I've only read the first 3 volumes even, so I really, really wanted to pick that and then review it later. So please pick it up. I recommend it. I think it's great for all ages, but if you have a younger reader in your life, this is a great gift for them and a great inexpensive gift. Plus, you get in-stock trades, great shipping.
You don't have to worry about it.
Don't have to worry about it. It's going to come in perfect condition, not like Amazon.
Yeah.
It's going to be great, and you just need to spend about $30 more, and you get free shipping. So
we're going to talk a lot about manga today, so you can throw in a lot of manga into your cart.
That's right.
Get that $50, get Goldie Vance box set. You're set. Yeah. Free shipping. It's great.
So, L. Danver. Sorry, leave my Kentucky out. Asked, how can it not be Red Sonja? I thought about it. I guess I forgot because I already have a copy. If you look on Near Mint Condition, it's the one that Omar reviewed. That's my copy.
Oh.
Still don't have it?
I don't have it yet. Can you believe that?
Should go to his door, break into his house, get his stuff. It'll be great. You know where he lives.
I have a key.
Oh, there you go. You don't have to break in. It's legal. No.
It's legit. It's legal.
Hey, it's great to see you. I know you. How does it feel to watch us while, in normal waking hours?
It's weird.
The 3 gals from Near Mint here. We're only 2 gals from Near Mint.
Yeah. Although people tend to think I'm on Near Mint for some reason.
You should be.
That's happened before. They're like, yeah, you're from Near. I'm like, no, that's Maddie.
I mean, I'd love to steal you. I'm not against it.
No. Steal me. I'm in.
All right.
If Rob ever can't make it, we could just plop you in.
I'll be Rob.
So Chris has played more games than Rob.
I'm sure.
I've opened more.
That is true.
That's for sure.
That's true. I just noticed you have a Steven Universe shirt on.
Oh.
Yes.
I have recently converted. Kristen, she has started.
That's right. I'm only in season 3, but I'm obsessed. Of course.
course.
It's one of those things, you know how you have those things you always hear about and you're like, I'm going to love that someday. Someday I'm going to get into that. So I finally did. I've been doing overnights at work. So I've had to like stay awake on the weekends to like stay on the schedule. So then I'll just watch Steven Universe like all night. And there's like a bajillion episodes in that first season. So it took a while. But yeah, I'm only on season 3, but I love it so much.
Are you going to start collecting the Boom Steven Universe?
Yes.
Well, you have to buy the big hardcover. Oh, Tina, have you seen it?
I have seen it. I haven't gotten it. I used to get the trade, like yeah.
Have you held it at my house though?
No, I haven't.
I'll bring it over.
Goodness.
You can borrow
It's so cute.
I need to return Sunstone.
So the exciting news is this Saturday is my 1-year wedding anniversary. And Reed just bought me that in celebration. So yay!
I remember when you got married and I thought you were just going to a wedding.
That's right. That's so funny.
I didn't know it was you.
Maddie, you're oblivious. You're like, oh yeah, how was the wedding? Was it long? Was it a long
Did you cry? Were there a lot of people there?
Nathaniel thinks you should join this show, Tina.
I mean,
think about it.
I mean, that would mean I would have to start reading comics again, which is not a bad thing.
We could just have a consistent manga show, though.
It's true.
That's true.
Bring you on. We won't make you read Western stuff.
No, we will. You have to read some first, second stuff.
I mean, that's true.
You got to read Spinning.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to read
everything by Tilly. Oh, Kiss Number 8.
God.
Oh, you have to. So good.
Okay.
Oh, Freddie says to remind Mark Wade to get you a gift.
Ooh, I should. I should
that.
meet him and be like, "Hey, Mark, it's been like a year.
Remember us?" Maybe he will. He seems like the type.
It was a weird show.
It was great.
As in, it was weird. As in, like, had he ever? He's like, "This is the first." I called it my bachelorette party, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's our Weight of Honor. So I feel like he'd remember that. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's weird.
We kept making that joke.
It was really good. So I guess we should talk about our topic. So I was thinking for tonight, and I'd like to make this a recurring thing every once in a while if Tina's free, would be willing to join, but I thought we could talk about recent manga reads, as well as once we do that, maybe towards the end, if we have time, I think we will, give some manga recommendations to our audience tonight. So start thinking now about we'll wait until we talk about stuff, but about what comic books you like, and maybe if you're looking to get into manga, we can give you some recommendations based on that. So, what y'all been reading?
I can go. Let's do
for
that. So this is one I have talked about on here because I really want Maddie to read it, but I also want Tina to read it if she hasn't, for a very specific reason.
Okay.
It's Cats of the Louvre.
I want to read it so
I
bad.
have not read that.
Tell her about
Oh
this
my
right now.
It's so amazing. Look at the spine. It's so cute. I love it. So of course I just blind bought it because of the title, because of this little cat with like 2 different color eyes just sitting there. It's a nice little hardcover from Viz. So I just made assumptions about it. I was like, oh, there's a cat. It's gonna be a cute story. Guys, I'll go through it again because it was that amazing. I loved everything about it. Let me show you some of this art because it's also great. But it's set in the Louvre.
Spooky.
You know, there's some kind of spooky themes throughout it, but it's not really. I don't know. Let me go into it. So it's set in the Louvre, and there are these cats that live in a part of the Louvre they're not supposed to. And this guy who has been working there a long time, he goes around and feeds them. So he's training a new guy, and he brings them up to where these cats are living. And the guy's like, should there not be cats in here? Like, there's a lot of art, there's a lot of old stuff. Why are there cats? Like, what's going on? And he's like, they've been here forever. I feed them. Leave it alone, right? So when the humans aren't around, these cats turn into like, I don't think they actually turn into, but the art is depicted as like kind of humanoid. I don't know if you can see that. Like, kind of humanoid cats/humans, right?
Kind of a little weird in style, though.
I mean, the styles, it is weird, but I still like the art. So there's a whole story with the cats, and the little white cat on the cover, he, kind of gets picked on by some of the cats who have been there forever, and he's a little misunderstood, and he hasn't aged in years. So he's still a kitten. And he wanders around and he goes to all these paintings throughout the night when like humans aren't touring. So you also follow this lady who gives tours at the Louvre, and she meets this man, the one that's been there forever, that's feeding the cats. And he tells her the story about his sister. And when he was young, him and his sister would like go around and walk through the museum at night when people aren't there. And she would jump into the paintings. So one day, she jumps into a painting. He doesn't know where she went. She's gone forever. She disappears. So he spent the rest of his life trying to find his sister. And no one will believe him. Because, you know, that's weird. Like, you know, no one's like, oh, I don't believe you at all. So the cat stories and his story and the sister kind of overlap. I won't tell you what happens, but it was just amazing. You really get sucked into the story. It's so well done. It was so unique. I think everyone needs to read this. It really blew me away.
I mean, there were some good reviews of that also in the Otaku's Farm, which is the other like, collectors group we have. And Sequential Consequence recommended, Kristen, that you check out more of Matsumoto's work.
Someone told me to pick up Sunny, so I actually just got the first 2 volumes of that. I don't know anything about it, other than that author. So I'm in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I read that. I also recently finished That Blue Sky Feeling.
Ooh, I'm dying to read that one too.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's about these 2 boys, and one is, there's a rumor at school that he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
And people kind of avoid talking to him. So the boy with the glasses starts talking to him, and he's like, well, I won't believe those rumors. I won't believe those rumors. And the guy's like, yeah, what if they're true? So, of course, they end up falling in love. Spoiler. But it's so cute, and it's very well done. Viz put this out, which I haven't read a lot of, like, you know, LGBT stories and Viz. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I loved it. It was very cute. There's only 3 volumes. I got this from my library. It was great.
The library is actually a great place to get manga from. I mean, my wife like loads me down with manga. She's like, "Hey, you got to read this. You got to read this."
It's the best way, really.
Yeah,
and
for
I mean,
sure.
so my library got like the first volume, and I read it. I'm like, where are the rest? So I just made him buy the rest.
You can make them buy or do
Yeah.
interlibrary loans, which is great. So if you're not sure if you really want to buy a manga or it might not end up to be what you like, check it out from a library, and then you can say, hey, yeah, I'm definitely getting this.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it because, like, you know, as collectors, manga takes up a lot of space if you don't have the right bookshelves for it. And so for me, I really have to plan ahead if I'm going to collect a series. So, like, I know that I want all of Urasawa's work, not just because I really like it, but also because they have those 2-in-1s, right? And so it's very visually pleasing, and I feel like I'm getting my money's worth too. So I really need to really like something to invest. So going at the library, or luckily we have a few more options now. And we talked about this before, but the Shonen Jump app is
so good,
wonderful. I'm so thankful for it. Like being able to read One Piece and My Hero Academia and Dr. Stone and everything I want to read on there is so great. And with like $3 a month,
you really can't beat it.
It's pretty close up to date. I have had to read some One Piece weekly. I need to read when it comes out. But
I mean, people spoiled me so bad on My Hero Academia that I was like, I've got to find the latest chapter.
Oh yeah,
because I was like, oh my god, quit it, guys.
We're still paying for Shonen Jump though, so we're doing our part.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It is the best way to do it, though, especially if you're just getting into manga and you don't know if you're gonna like anything. Yeah, pay $2 and read it, and you can cancel it. It's no big deal.
Yeah. And you can read 100. There is a maximum amount you can read a day.
No.
Now I've hit that a couple times.
I think it's 100 chapter limit a day.
Man.
Maddie, what have you been doing with your life?
Well,
I've never hit it.
I super digs. I forgot. I guess I was catching up on My Hero Academia. And so I read
Okay.
100 chapters and I was like, fuck. But then I thought,
There's certain mangas that are just so quick to read too.
Oh yeah. Well, I hyper focus. And so it's probably healthy for me. I think that Shonen Jump watching out for me to be like, slow it down.
Stop.
Slow down.
Just stop.
You're gonna
Maddie.
get burned out. Quit it. Hayden said this live stream is what the Charmed reboot should have been. Oh man, we can't even get into that right now, Hayden. Should I still read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure if I'm watching the anime? Asking anyone. Honestly, I would just stick with the anime. And I know a lot of my JoJo friends would not agree with me with that. But personally, for me, this is my experience with it. But I love the anime. I love the style. I think it's really nice. I love the music. That's something that's definitely not captured in JoJo's anime. For me, I want the color. I want all of that. And the manga's been out for quite a long time, so you can experience a drastic stylistic difference.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, the scans are better now than they used to be, but a lot of the scans aren't great either. So I guess it depends on where you're reading it. I will say, though, however, if you're a collector, JoJo's has some very good collected editions out there. So
Those
that
hardcovers
is
are
something to
nice.
keep in mind. Yeah, they're very pretty. It is tempting.
I'm really happy that, because this is a fairly recent or new thing where they've been releasing manga as hardcovers, which is nice. It's really nice to have that on your shelf.
And classic stuff, too. Like
Berserk,
this month.
Battle Angel Alita.
Well, and Rose of Versailles is getting released. That's the big news.
Utena. So that's been out for a while.
Yeah, and Kristen, have you read Utena? Have we talked about that?
I haven't. That's the one with the hardcover set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted to get it from IST, but then it left before I could.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like on sale, and I was like, I'm gonna get it.
I think it would be interesting for us to read Utena and Rose of Versailles because they're such big LGBT icons, and
right.
Utena is inspired by Rose of Versailles, and for Rose of Versailles is what this pachinko machine is.
What everybody asks, they're like, "What's behind you?"
Freddie mentioned the Full Metal ones, and Kristen's read those. And those
I have like 2 of those. They're so shiny. There's like 6 now. I got behind. Them. Yeah, they're really nice. It's funny you guys are talking about JoJo's too. I've only read that first hardcover. I've never seen the anime.
Oh, please just watch the anime.
So
please. Now,
I can't get into it.
She can't get into it because she doesn't like muscle men. Listen, please watch JoJo's. I love it so much. It's what got me through grad school, honestly.
I mean, I'll check it out. It's funny though. I'm glad I've read the first hardcover, and I'm glad I read that before I read One Punch Man, because it wouldn't have been nearly as funny if I didn't have any sort of knowledge from that.
Didn't they just do Cardcaptor Sakura OHCs? Maybe?
I think I saw that.
So it shows my gay childhood. It was all of ours. Well, I mean, me and Tina.
Freddie, you are right. So the Muscle Man exception would be All Might and Smoker from One Piece.
Oh man, it's in my
for some reason.
I have a All Might booby mouse pad.
Yes,
I love him.
Oh man, and Sequential Consequences. Notice that I held up Our Dreams at Dusk.
I love it.
Just started reading this today. This is another one like LGBT. So the guy, I guess he moves to a new school district. Some of the kids notice that he has gay porn on his phone, and they look at his history and they're like, "Oh, you're into this hardcore stuff." And he's like, "Oh no, my brother was just playing a prank." But it's a Japanese school, and so he's like, I mean, I'm just going to get bullied really, really bad. So I might as well commit suicide right now because this is going to be bad. And he goes to he's thinking about jumping off, and he meets someone, San, and enters into this basically after hours drop by center, which is sort of like just a place to hang out. It's almost like, it reminds me of a college like LGBT safe space, or like a diversity coalition, or Lambda. And so they drop by, and you kind of figure out that these characters are, gay or LGBT or have some type of problem, and kind of their story about relating and getting through their inner turmoil, which is, I'm just on the first one, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, I read that first volume. It is great. I think there are only going to be 4.
See, I didn't even know. My wife was like, "Here, check this out. It looked interesting."
And there's a lot of really good manga that deal with, those very real themes about bullying and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people don't realize that when you see that in manga or anime, that is very much real life. It's not like you see in some of like the American TV shows where you're like, I've never seen this. But when you see some like Japanese manga, it's like, nah, this is
This is horrible. I mean, like a Silent Voice. If you've watched the anime or if you've read it, like just the bullying that you kind of experience in the background or what she goes through.
That's one of those cases of like, I've never read a story like that in Western comics.
Mm-hmm.
That has depicted what I've seen in real life of a deaf kid getting bullied. I mean, which is just crazy when you think about it, right? But I mean, it happens. And his whole story, it's great. That's in a box set. You guys should get that from IST right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I have to mention the last thing I have over here because I have to. Maybe you guys have heard of it. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Oh, I've been trying to read it. How was it?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's like a little chunker. Look at this cover and the title, and it was like, what's happening?
Is this a zombie one?
No, it's not.
It's like a romance. There's a movie in every
book. It's a romance. This girl.
Why haven't I heard of this?
She is dying from a pancreatic disease.
Oh, okay.
So, she starts talking to this kid in class who like no one talks to, and she runs into him at the hospital, I think it was, and she's writing this diary and he picks it up because it was like laying there, and she comes back, she's like, that's mine, and it was called Living with Dying. So she's like writing this diary while she's dying. So she starts talking to this kid because she's able to be like, oh yeah, I'm sick, but she doesn't want to tell any of her friends or anyone. Mm-hmm. So she relies on this kid, and they get to know each other through that, and of course, because they love each other and it's a thing. But it was really great. It was really, really great. Guys, the title, this cover, I love it.
It's so weird. I was like, oh, it's going to be like zombies or some type of weird thing like that.
Just Japan in there. Long ass manga title.
Okay, I've noticed that trend.
Just a direct quote from it, though. Like, they actually address this pretty soon in it, because I wondered if they even would. But they do, so it makes sense.
Have you guys ever? Go ahead, Maddie.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did you guys ever watch the anime for this that was out 3 seasons ago? Bed and Breakfast for Spirits.
No, but that sounds adorable.
It is adorable. So basically, this girl's grandfather can see yokai or oni. And in his youth, he promises his granddaughter's hand to one of the guys. And he's like, yeah, I'll never have, a grandkid. Well, he does. And basically, she finds out about his deal a little bit later in life when and my wife always makes fun of, is it ogre? Orc?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I don't know what you're talking.
I always say it wrong, and Heather's always like, dude, it's not that way. But anyways, one of the Onis picks her up and basically is like, you're my wife now, or you will be my wife. It's cute. It's sort of like a slice of life. It's romance. It's just a quick read. It's kind of like one of those dime store novel, mangas where it's very cute. I love to have it on my shelf. There's not much like story or something gripping about it. It's just trash novel, and I love it.
Well, and those are good to read sometimes. Like, I think
they are.
We spent a lot of time. Well, some of us, I guess. I'm about to we three, and I was like, we don't really. Spent a lot of time looking at reviewing certain types of books, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't always talk or champion enough these like just fun reads. Mm-hmm. And I think when you're reading a lot of these heavier comic books or novels or whatever else, it's good to have this other stuff interspersed where it's just like, this is just fun.
Mm-hmm. This just feels nice. Yeah.
This feels nice.
Yeah.
It is a nice little set aside, which is another one that I read recently, which is Dragon Ghost House Hunting.
Oh my gosh. I've almost bought that several times. I really have. Just because of the cover and the title. And I'm like, do I need that? So I think I need that now that you're talking about it.
Okay, yeah. So, like, I was like, what is this trash? because I'm like, okay, this is obviously American, and I looked and I was like, no, it's not. It's not even a manhwa. It's Japanese, I believe, and it's actually poking fun at the sort of like isekai, preset, but it's a slice of life too. So this poor dragon should not have been born as a dragon. They talk about like, oh, look at his stats, the game, this is this dragon's stats. It's really low. Like he should be like a slime. Like he's nothing. Everybody tries to beat up on him. His dad kicks him out because he let people get at his eggs or the bird's eggs. And he's like, but they'll just respawn. So that kind of, it's playing into that little trope of sort of a WoW or
cute
other little world like that. So it is really, really cute. And he makes friends with a demon lord who is an architect elf who wants to build him a house.
That's so cute. I need to get it now.
It's really cute. It's another one of those light novels that you can read in between. Yeah. The art was surprisingly good for the cover. The cover's actually the worst part of it. Don't let it dissuade you. The art's actually really nice inside.
Real quick, Al Denver said, surely someone is reading Beastars. We need to read Beastars immediately.
I hear about it all the time.
Like, we've got to.
I haven't. I need to.
Yeah, it's it's furry adjacent looking. But I've been dying to look at. I don't know much about it. I just know that all the visuals I've seen from like the new anime, really good, and everyone's talking about the manga. It's like it says it's a quick wiki. Sorry guys. The story takes place in a world of modern, civilized, anthropomorphic animals with a cultural divide between the carnivores and the herbivores.
Okay.
Wow.
I've been dying to read it. But anyways, I just wanted a quick aside so I can remind myself and all of us to read it because I want to.
We should do that, yeah. I've been wanting to read it too.
I will say that I haven't been reading as much manga lately. I've been really digging into my comic books, but all the manga that I have read I've actually talked about on the show, but I'll talk about it real quick again. I've been reading a lot of Junji Ito. And a lot of that's because of October, just because my library had it. So I've just been feeling that itch. Once you start reading Junji Ito, you just can't stop.
I feel that.
But yeah, like I talked about, I've read Shiver. I also checked out Frankenstein, and so that's my next Junji Ito read. As well as My Brother's Husband, which I talked about at length. Tina, you've got to read this.
I've read snippets of it, and it looks so good.
It's really good. But besides that, I haven't been reading as much. I read a lot on Shonen Jump app, so I've been catching up on One Piece, which is really good right now.
Yes.
I definitely recommend you jump in it. Please. Eventually I should do a show just about One Piece.
I mean, we should just Wano. Wano is such an excellent arc after Whole Cake Island.
It's so good.
Several people that I know, namely my wife, was very disappointed in Whole Cake Island, but Wano has been a terrific arc so far.
It's really good. Like, man, I just want to get everybody into One Piece everywhere.
And if you haven't read Noragami, I suggest to read it because it is back up. They are out of hiatus, which is good. So I'm caught up in current on that one.
Man, those always kill me. It's like my Hunter x Hunter hiatus that's going to be forever.
We talked about that last time and we're still bitter.
It's just
so bitter.
It's just rough. I can't think about it. I just have to pretend it doesn't exist. Because even on Otaku's phone, they'll be like, Hunter x Hunter's back? I'm like, just don't tell me. Freddie says, so I feel like I'm living a manga plot right now, watching on an Uber on my way to the wake of a famous psychic.
Wow.
Well, I'm very flattered that you're watching us right now. And also, I have a lot of questions.
Promise Neverland, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have to.
That is another one that after I started watching the anime, because it was everywhere, but everyone was good about not posting spoilers, especially on what it was actually about. And I was like, it's some type of Peter Pan thing, right?
No. Not quite, no.
Not quite. Surprise, Tina. But no, I did. After I finished off the anime, I had to catch up on the manga, and it's still coming out, isn't it? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think it's completely caught. Like, don't think I'm exactly caught up, but I am fairly current on it.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm a few chapters behind. I'm
Mhm.
reading it on the app. That's a great one to like binge on the app because it's not like too crazy long, but it's still coming out. It's good. It's really good.
Hopefully, it will be a little bit longer. So
I'm looking forward to reading it. I usually this is how I read manga that's on Shonen Jump. I don't read anything, and then one day I read all of it. That's about until I hit the 100 issues, but because that's how I read, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, which I really recommend if you don't like the anime because of the voice actor. The manga's really, really good.
yeah, that was another one.
I also, if you ever need any Shonen Jump manga recommendations, anyone can hit me up. I can push it. What are you doing this for?
My brain's not giving me the word, but I'm trying to think of it. It keeps on wanting to say Monster Hunter. Demon Slayer, there we go.
Okay, listen, I've got to get on this train, I guess, because everyone and their mom was cosplaying Demon Slayer at Youmacon, including Tina, that older woman in cosplay from My Hero Academia.
Yes.
She was there. I saw her. Yeah, on TikTok.
Riss.
But
Race?
everyone's cosplaying Demon Slayer.
I know. I really want to so bad. I want to do one of the demons.
Also, we missed this real quick, but Hayden was talking about the Sherlock manga, which, when you said, want to know about a manga no one asked for, was actually kind of awesome, I knew that the next thing was going to be Sherlock. I've heard good things about it.
I have too.
That's really funny. The Jump app has some things exclusive to the desktop site, like Golden Kamui. Oh, really? I didn't know the difference.
I'll never see those.
Recommend adult manga like Crying Freeman. I have never heard of this, although it's like a trap.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it. You may not want to Google it.
All right. I've read a lot of adult manga, and some of it,
Maddie's like, it's a trap.
I can't talk about it on here because someone posted a dumb meme, right? And everybody's like, oh, I can't believe it's this. And then I have to go read the whole thing. And I'm like, well, I read this entire hentai manga. Cool. No,
I mean,
I don't think it's quite like that. Riley reviewed it at some point. That's how I've heard of it. I forget how. I don't know what he thought about it. I remember.
I mean, it can't be as bad as Goblin Slayer, right?
I want to recommend Goblin Slayer to everyone because it's hard to, right? Because that first episode is like,
it's hard.
I mean, it's some serious sexual assault from those goblins. But like,
I mean, serious.
It's not good.
Yeah. But like the rest of it's really wholesome, and I don't know how to sell it. I'm just like, you don't understand.
Mainly,
this Goblin Slayer man is so wholesome and wonderful, and I want to get the little like Nendroid of him. Really bad. Man, I love that show. Nman40 says, I heard that the new Cardcaptor Sakura hardcovers are terrible quality.
Really?
That's a bummer. Because I'd love to get back into Clamp.
I mean, what is Clamp doing these days?
Do they do anything now? Because like I felt
after
like
Tsubasa.
Yeah, growing up, it was like Clamp was everywhere. We had so much Clamp. Wish, Cardcaptor Sakura, Tsubasa, Chobits,
X,
yeah. And I don't know.
They could never finish a series. That's their problem.
Well, same with Rumiko Takahashi.
Well, she finished it. She just didn't really know how to end it. So technically Rama is done. Technically Inuyasha is done. But is it?
But were they good?
Right.
Hey, Robin.
And Mermaid Scar was really good, or Mermaid's Forest. I don't remember. I was collecting it back when manga used to come out as comic form. I used to collect it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That and Inuyasha.
Do we have any others we'd like to talk about, or do we want to like take some do some recommendations?
We can take recommendations. No, it's okay. I have my dinner here. We could turn this into an eating and reviewing show if you want.
That's somebody's kink somewhere.
People love that on YouTube.
So I had an idea. Oh, Elliot says, "Oh, hey, it's Tina. Hi, Tina." So I've had this idea, and I've always wanted to do this as like a panel at conventions too. But for people to like suggest, people who want to get into manga, suggest like comic books or TV shows that they like, and for us to recommend a manga based on that. Because I think sometimes that's the big hurdle between it, right? Because I'd love to do that, even vice versa. Be like, hey, I like this manga, like, what comic book do I read? Because it's just, a lot of people are so separated by the two different types of, like, medium. And this was, like, Faria's problem, too, because she was like, I just don't like manga. I'm like, well, that'd be like saying I don't like comics.
Yeah.
And you only read one type. There's so many different types of manga. I wouldn't compare Junji Ito to, like, Fushigi Yugi.
Right.
It's just,
or A Centaur's Life.
Yeah. or Monster Musume or One Piece, And so if you guys like are looking to get into manga, I'm thinking a lot of you already read manga, but if anyone's like interested in like trying something new, and you'd like some recommendations, we can take it. If not, we can just talk more about manga, but just
and Ice Cube, I guess in reply to Rogue, Oleg, is that, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but it is, so don't let it stop you or let you get stumped by something new. You can actually try some of the older manga, which is more comic-like. And Ice Cube said it, and I was going to say that A Lone Wolf and Cub is a good one for an older reader that's more traditional or comic-like. Even like Hyusagi Jimbo, if you liked stuff like that, then you're going to like some of the manga. Don't let it stop you.
And I do agree that, there's some of the shonen's not always for everyone. And that's why there's, differences in like titles and stuff too, because we have shonen, but we also have seinen, which is like the more mature version of that, just like we have shoujo and josei, I think.
I'm not up to
it's
that on my terms.
I think you're right. Yeah.
When manga was a website, those genres were very helpful. Sequential Pocketwoods that his work would also be really good. I agree.
That's a good one.
Sometimes if shonen's not for you, we always recommend stuff. Oh, it is josei. Thank you.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend stuff like Monster, like Urasawa's work, instead of like the usual things, or going into a more like mature fantasy. Like, I think Slayers is a good in between. I think I feel the same way about Shield Hero, but mostly because it subverts some of the tropes that you see.
Yeah, I mean it's older, so it's setting the bar for the tropes, or the first of their type if it was.
Baram 23. Sorry, but none of us are admins on the Facebook group.
Sorry.
Which, man, I don't want that responsibility.
No thanks. Yep, no thanks.
If you
sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, to reiterate, like if you want some older manga, Berserk is a good one.
For sure. Omar would say the same thing.
Right. You could always go with classics like Akira, which started out as informed, but it does have a manga. Dragon Ball Z Yu Yu Hakusho is an older one. Hakusho. Sorry, my Japanese is terrible and always will be. I
think
older. Yeah. Fist of the North Star is another older good one. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that like Banana Fish is another good one.
Isn't that the gay one?
Yeah.
I always make fun of Omar because he gives me a hard time for that.
He loves it.
I say isn't that the gay one as if most of like manga in the 90s wasn't.
Right.
Like Gundam Wing.
I mean, come on. But people will say that was the Gundam for ladies.
It was.
Oh, and Outlaw Star is another good older one.
Hayden said that they're new to manga, so they only just got into Death Note, maybe because I thought the black edition looked pretty.
They
I
are
can't
pretty.
wait for that. Honestly,
are.
Death Note's really like, Death Note's really good, but also it's kind of like come back and it has like a resurgence recently too.
Netflix.
Yeah, that must be it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Inuyasha's having a resurgence because it just got loaded up to Netflix too. So I've noticed this trend. Sorry.
I'm
Sorry,
ready
let me
for a whole new generation.
let me sip my tea.
From him liking Crying Freeman, seems like he likes mature adult stuff. So definitely Berserk fits it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and again, I would like as always, I'll always second Monster. I feel like
Gosh, yep.
Monster's one of the best things you could possibly read. Hayden, I would
My
recommend
favorite. Yeah, Hayden, you should read Monster.
It's not our usual recommendations to you based on the things that we know we all like, but man, I think Monster is one of those mangas and anime that is like the epitome of the genre to me. Like it's of the medium, I guess. Like I think anyone can like it. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, my mom would never read a manga or watch an anime," I'm like,
Your mom's gonna like Monster.
maybe try Monster. They're like, "Oh, well, my sisters love HBO shows, but they think I'm a nerd for this." I'm like, try Monster.
Yeah.
People have been trying to get Monster to become a TV show forever. Like it's just one of my. To me, it's like it's just the best. It's not my. It's not my favorite only because a lot of my favorite stuff is like dumb.
It is my favorite. So.
But like to me, like if you're like, what's the best? I'm like, Monster's the best.
What?
I love
One Piece. One Piece.
Well, and I guess one of the good things about One Piece, right, is that even though it's so long,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the problems that like JoJo's has, or other anime or manga, right? With like the plot holes, everything. It's like Game of Thrones level of like big expansive world, but no plot holes. Everything's addressed. Everyone has character development. Like, mwah.
Oh, El Denver. Yes, I want to pick up. So I saw the Otaku's collectors, and I really want to pick up Goodnight. It's on my Amazon wish list right now.
I just got all of those for dirt cheap, so they're sitting on the floor ready
Have
for
you read
me.
it yet?
Really?
I had the first volume, and I thought it was very upsetting. I heard it gets even more upsetting.
It's very heavy.
I'm looking forward to it though. It is very cheap.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you touched on this with JoJo's, but stuff that has musical themes or dancing, I prefer to watching like your Lion April. Yeah, I love your Lion April. Oh, it's so good. I recommend if you like that, definitely try watching Chihaya Fudu. Now that's not musical, but it has a similar tone. Chihaya Fudu is is one of my favorite all-time animes, and we just getting a second season, or not second season, like a third season. It's about card games. Don't worry about it. Oh, no to make Canterville. Yes.
I'm gonna have to refresh my memory because that seems like something I've
it's
watched.
The live action's really good. The cartoon's really good. The manga's really good. It's about that girl who plays piano, and she gets this like new conductor for her group, who's like a virtuoso, but his whole like orchestra is all goofy, and she also dresses up in that little like raccoon suit and plays the piano flute thing. What are those? What is that?
I don't know what those are.
Yeah, you blow in it and then you play the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, none of my kids feel so good. Ooh, sorry, I can't take more comments. I should stop as soon as I have the power to click them. Carol and Tuesday,
Yes.
so good. It's so good. Oh, we get the second part on Christmas?
Sweet.
Yes. Sorry, I hope I'm not monopolizing.
No.
That GOT ending was trash, though. I mean, fair. I just wanted more of it, and I'm sad. I just want more
Just join the petition.
I said GTO. I wasn't even thinking about Game of Thrones. I saw this. I was so sick on manga. I was like, I just really wanted more great teachers.
Your mind was like GTO. Yeah, we need more.
I mean, I
It's been
agree.
out forever, but we need more.
I mean, yeah, the Game of Thrones ending was trash. Sorry, I saw this and I was like, oh shit, yeah, let's talk some great Teacher Onizuka. Awesome. God, I give up, you guys. Do you guys have any manga that you're planning on reading next? Anything
People mentioned Mob Psycho. I'm gonna check that out.
Yes.
I'm gonna read more of Witch Hat. Everybody's talking about Witch Hat.
Oh, I want to read it so bad.
Oh my gosh, I read
How
the first
good is it?
volume. I loved it so much. My library has all 3, so I'm looking forward to it. If you guys haven't seen this art, I'm sure everyone has by now. Oh, it's
I have.
gorgeous.
She
is
did some
beautiful.
covers for Batgirl and Birds of Prey.
She's done a ton of like Western comic
Yeah.
covers, and they're all beautiful, and everything in this is beautiful. This is worth the hype. So good.
It looks
And I started
cosmic,
this
you know?
beast,
Tomie.
so I'm working on it.
Yes.
That's my plan.
Oh man, Tomie is great. Except for the never mind. I was thinking about Shiver. You're gonna like Tomie. There's no pimple popping in that.
You know, wasn't she in one of the short stories? Am I
She
wrong?
was. She
Okay, because
Yeah,
I start reading this and I'm like, I've seen this bitch. Like, who is?
She started out that way,
Okay,
and then she got like a full
that
Tokyo.
makes
Well,
sense.
she was
I enjoyed it.
interesting enough to get a full
book.
Sorry, brain. I met with a financial
Yeah,
advisor today, guys. My brain's a little
So
bit
big.
like Fritz. I'd like to pick up. I actually have never read Vagabond, so that's on my to-do list. Is to correct that and read that.
I'll join you. I
You
know
also
that-
haven't read Vagabond?
I'll join you too, because I have volume 1, 3, and 10.
Okay.
Because this is what happens. I think some people may be able to relate. When you go to secondhand stores and you're like, "That's $5," and it's a Visbig, I want that. That's just that's my life. That's what happened. I'll get the rest.
Oh God, your name is killing me. Sequential Consequence is reading Uzumaki right now. Uzumaki's really good. So far, it remains my favorite Ito book. I just think it's so good. And Ice Cube, I'm also looking forward to that White Snake movie. It's a Chinese anime movie. Not to reveal anything about my work, but I work with China adjacent stuff. So I'm hoping to do something with that movie next year. So it looks really good. I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to read next. I really want to delve into some more. I want to catch up on Shonen Jump stuff.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Dr. Stone. Sorry, I was trying to run through real fast on stuff that I've watched but I haven't read, and Dr. Stone's one of those ones that I want to read as well.
I'd like to too, because I love the anime.
We should all do that because it's all available in the app. And I've been staring at it too because people keep talking about it. It's one of those I keep hearing about everywhere.
Let's just have a manga book club too.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I'm in.
Let's do it. We can share it. We can go back and forth between this channel and our channel.
Yeah,
See?
just a lot of crossovers.
Let's do it.
So many crossovers.
Fuck it. I don't
Great.
care. I'll still give In-Stock Trades a shout out because I love them. Well, actually, I do that anyways. Doesn't matter where I am or even out in public. I'm like,
Have you guys heard the good word?
Have you heard?
have you heard? I think maybe next year I'll cosplay it, or for like Halloween, I'll just be one of those like evangelists, but just for In-Stock Trades. I'll just dress up.
I thought you were gonna say you would like put a like real thick, nice, sturdy box on, and then have those like those cubes that they pack with like on
The
you.
peanuts. Biodegradable.
Oh man, that's such a good idea. I know I'm gonna forget about it, but if any of you all remember before
Yeah,
next year, I'll do
peanuts for hair, and then
Ooh.
those bricks they put in there. What are they called? The
I don't know.
styrofoam brick things.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Have
They're
those
so
as like
nice.
pants.
man.
That's it.
I wonder if I can get any family members to give me like In-Stock Trades gift cards for Christmas this year.
You probably could.
I did that last year.
I want it, and I want to do I really want to do like a Secret Santa, but it's just like comic book exchanges.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
way
fun.
fun.
Hmm.
Ooh, Kristen, we're nearing the end of the show, so I don't care what we talk about. Are you gonna go to GalaxyCon?
I have to work, so
No.
I have
yeah,
to work too.
I'm sad.
You
We
have
were
to
planning to
call.
go, but now that I can't,
What do I have to do to get you out of there?
hire someone at my job so I can get off the shift. Can you do that?
No.
Send someone my way.
Can we just? Okay, Tina. Here's our. We need to find a job for Kristen here.
Okay.
I think we have some connections we could hook her up with.
We probably could.
You know a guy.
Oh yeah, we do. Omar's been trying to make me work third shift.
No, I'm not going to make Kristen do that. I have another place.
I'm currently doing that.
Oh no.
Going to pick up Saint Young Men. When I first read that, I thought you were suggesting I was going to pick up some dudes. Now I assume you're
That's your
talking
thing, man.
about a manga. I haven't heard of it, or else, so I guess I answered your question. Maddie just walks around with a picket sign telling people to go to IST. That's not far
Yeah.
from here. Hayden, I wish you could enjoy it too. Hayden, come visit us in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to Kentucky. I'm sure that's something you want to do when you visit America.
Yeah, you don't need to go anywhere else. All three of us? In
That's
Kentucky?
true.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you to our greatest landmark ever. We just take you down to Corbin to the first KFC. My mom's from there.
American staple.
That's all we've got. We've got bourbon and KFC, I guess. And there's
I
some-
mean, anytime you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Kentucky," they're like, "KFC," and I'm like, "That's all we're known for."
Yeah.
Bourbon, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. We got some comic book stores in our town, though. We've got something. Oh, speaking of which, and then we should probably wrap it up because I need to go to the movies. But look what I got.
Oh, the game.
Aw.
That's exciting.
I'm so-
Is that the continuation to like the tea?
It's the same
Dragon?
artist.
Okay.
So she came up with another board game for another one of her books called Acorn Cove. And I haven't opened it up yet, Tina, but maybe this weekend. Also, Tina, I got another thing. Let's just do this real quick and then we'll... Oh! The Dwight Yoakam. Okay, so
Yes,
I want to read that so bad. Have you
it's so
seen,
good.
Chris, have you seen anything from this?
No.
It's exactly this: Jesus and Buddha sharing an apartment in modern Japan.
That's great.
It's
I'm in.
exactly what you say.
Everyone talks about this.
I've watched the anime, but I haven't read the manga. But it's good. It's so good.
Also, Tina, I got this new card game, so we can play that
Okay.
this weekend. And this is called Maddie hasn't taken her medicine in 3 days. And we got Mansions of Madness. We got a new expansion.
Maddie, I just went to a financial advisor. He would be like, "You need to stop spending."
I don't
If
know
we're
how.
showing off stuff, hold on. I got something to show you.
Do it.
I ain't got
I got-
nothing.
I went on a trip last week, and this is my favorite thing I got. Guys.
Oh my God! Where was this?
Guys.
That's pup.
Hayden, are you
it's a
looking?
puppet angel variant. I'm trying to get the glare off of it without turning the whole thing.
What is this from? Where can I get this?
This was it's Angel issue 6 from the Hellmouth, and it's a variant that came out. They had it priced at $20, and I was like, I don't know about that. And he's like, hold on, let me check eBay real quick. These things fluctuate. So he gave me a deal on it, and I love it so much.
Okay, what is
It's
your
so
number?
cute. Angel number 6.
Number 6.
It's so good. Lauren and I love it.
I've got to
I love
have it. Ooh, I can get it
It's so
for
good.
$7. Oh wait, no,
I was
that's
gonna say,
the other one.
I don't think they're that bad on eBay. So,
Ooh. Yeah, this one's over 20. Ugh, I want it.
well, it fluctuates. You should
Okay.
check
Okay.
because that's how the market works. So, I also got different. I don't know. I got too many covers for number 6 because I like the regular one,
It is nice.
and then I liked this brooding angel one with like flowers and nonsense. Guys,
That's my boy.
I needed it. And then Jeff Smith did a Goon cover. Reed needed this.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
I need
like
to read
that.
Goon.
I haven't. You know what? We should read that together. Let's do that. Oh, and then Craig Thompson's ginseng roots.
All
We
right.
picked that up.
Oh.
These are just little things we picked up. I love his art. That's my story. That's all I got for you.
I ain't got nothing. I got stuffed animals and some figures.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, my keg head back here.
All right. Sorry, I took a big bite of food before.
Well, you can get all these books we talked about on InStockTrades.com. Don't forget Goldie Vance gift box set. It is on the front page right now. It's our pick of the week, pick of the month even. But it goes until next week, next Tuesday. 45% off. It's $22. You get 4 trades in a box. And Boom Trades, I know a lot of people are like, I want a hardcover. You're never going to get it for Goldie Vance. You're just not. It's not happening. Watch it happen after I say it. But, Boom, even like the Giant Days hardcovers, their 3 came out, and they're like, yeah, they didn't sell well enough. And that series did great. So it's just probably not going to happen, guys. So you need to get these. And the trades are good quality. That's my point of saying the whole thing. Boom puts out nice trades.
Yeah, it does.
So don't let that deter you. You should get it.
All right. So we plan to be up doing another show this Sunday. Sorry that we had to move it. I was in Detroit all weekend for YomaCon, and I was wicked tired. So we moved it. So Cash is this Sunday. And also, Tina and I, as well as our friend, a different Kristen,
Yeah.
we'll be doing a manga show on Near Mint Condition on Tuesday. Well, not manga, sorry. We'll be doing a show on Tuesday. We're reading Paper Girls.
Right.
So catch us then also. And we love you guys, and I hope you have a good night. And thanks again to Tina for joining us. We're going to kidnap you again.
Thanks, Tina.
I'll join
Bye,
anytime.
Oh, what time? It'll be 8 probably on Sunday.
8 p.m. Eastern.
If anything changes, we'll send out a notice.
Yeah,
but
we'll let you know.
Yeah, and the Paper Girls review will be 8 p.m. on Tuesday on Near Mint Condition.
Yes.
Night, guys.
Night.
Bye.
And now we